It's a Saturday, and I know you're not gonna be able to see anything in this video because it's dark as heck, but you're going to accompany me today to do a bunch of things. So let's get started.
The Dua Lipa cup mug is back. I like coffee, don't get me wrong. I am not one of those people who just don't like coffee, but also I am not a coffee connoisseur or anything like that. I have friends who are baristas and they really do enjoy coffee, and they're completely appalled by my concept of making myself coffee in the morning, because what I do is just that I get these like protein milk because I'm on a very high protein diet, because I'm exercising and I want to gain muscle. I have to shake it. So I have to shake the protein milk, put it in my mug, and then I just heat it up in the microwave, and that's it. And then I have instant coffee, put it in the milk, and that's it. That's coffee with milk for me every morning. It's a very early morning vlog for me, and you're accompanying me in the mundane things I have to do. So while the coffee or while the milk heats up over there, I'm going to accompany me to change the water bottle. Because even though water in Argentina, like in Buenos Aires, is like water from the tap, is drinking water, I don't like the taste. It's very salty and weird. So I buy water separately. Anyways, come with me to change it. Milk is ready. Coffee's done. Time to go to my bedroom to waste about 30 minutes before I actually start doing things. It's summer here in Argentina, which means that it's very hot, and so I have to use my fan. And that's very noisy, and I don't like it. But otherwise I'm gonna die because it's very hot. I do enjoy the summer more than the winter. I do. It's also cheaper, because the electricity bill, it's cheaper if I have the fan and the air conditioner in the living room than if I have the electrical heaters and also the gas heater. So like, summer is cheaper and it's nicer. Days are brighter. I am a summer person. Not sorry. But I'm gonna turn this off because it's very noisy, at least just for a while. You know, like almost everyone else, one of my New Year's resolutions was to try and read more. But the main reason that one of my New Year's resolutions was to try and read more is because I kept buying books. I cannot continue buying books and not read them. My ratio of read versus unread books was ridiculous. I was like, I am not gonna buy more books until I read them. And I was doing well at not buying the books, except that I later found some romantic comedies with queer women in it. And I was like, I'm gonna buy those books. So I bought those books, but I read them already. Except for one, because I'm leaving that for last because I don't have more of those books. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave that one for last. But I am reading other books that I have, and I'm reading like The Last Graduate right now, and this is a really freaking good book. I told myself that I was going to read them slowly because I apparently have no sense of moderation. So like the romantic comedies I read very fast, and I stayed up until like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. reading the books just so that I could finish them. And then I started the first one of these books, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna start slowly. I'm gonna go slowly. One or two chapters every day, that's enough. That's a great pace to read a book. But I liked it so much. I liked it so freaking much that I was just like, you know what? I want to finish this very fast. I want to finish this right now because it's just so good. I want to know how it ends. I read the first one. It was incredible. It was not a cliffhanger, but the last line of the book was like, you have to be shitting me. So I decided to read the second one right away. It's got 100 360 pages. I am almost 100 pages in one day, which is a lot for me, maybe not for anybody else, but it is a lot for me. So I'm gonna read this for a little bit. And then today you're going to accompany me in doing different activities. I have a list. I made a physical to-do list because otherwise I was not gonna know what I had to do. So today, the plan for today is that I have to record 2 of the scripted videos that I did. I have to send my editor 1 other video for him to edit. Then I have to go to the gym because I didn't go to the gym yesterday because I've been having a very difficult time sleeping. Yesterday I slept a little bit better. I slept earlier meaning 1:30 a.m. instead of 3 a.m. reading. And I woke up at like 9:30. So I did sleep better and more than other days. So I'm going to the gym to compensate or work on some other video scripts. And then we're probably gonna go out. We're either gonna go to a park or we're gonna go to the bookshop because I am making a good dent on my books that I've read. Like, this is the 4th book that I read in January. 4 books in a month is a great number. And if I can keep that up, which I'm counting on myself being ambitious and consistent, I will run out of books. So I will go probably to the bookshop to see what other books they have. Because like I've mentioned in a vlog before, like you go to the bookshop, sometimes they have good things and you don't know when those good things are gonna come back, if they're gonna run out or not. So even when I'm not buying anything, I like going to the bookshop to see if there's anything good that I really, really want to buy. So yeah, we may go to the bookshop today, and then the bookshop we will see. So when I go to the gym, I start by doing 10 minutes of chill cardio on the treadmill. This is essentially all of my warm-up because I honestly don't pay as much attention to warming up and stretching as I should. Don't tell my PT, I do try to do stretches in between exercises, but I should do more. Also, don't be like me. Now, today was leg day because at the end of last year I decided that I was going to switch up my routine to have 3 leg days a week instead of 2 because I kept neglecting leg day and switching it up for upper body workouts. But my legs make me very insecure, and I figured that if that's the case, I should work on them more instead of less. I start leg day by doing 4 sets of hip thrusts of 10 or 12 reps each set, and those are 60 kilograms on the bar. From hip thrusts, we move on to leg extensions. After hip thrusts, I do drop sets for the rest of the exercises because it's supposed to provide your muscles with more of a stimulus to grow or whatever. But I'm not an expert on this, so definitely don't copy me. This is just what's worked for me. If I remember correctly, today I started with 65 kilograms on the heavy set and then 50 kilograms on the light set, but then I increased the weight to 70 kilograms on the heavy set and left the light set the same. When I do drop sets, the rest time in between exercises is 3.5 minutes, so I spend a lot of time just going through my phone at the gym. As you can probably tell by now, leg day is not my favorite day. But well, after leg extensions, we move on to leg presses for the heavy set and then squats for the light sets. You can really see how I hesitate and suffer for each set, whether it's the heavy set or the light set. But every time I went to the gym in January, I kept thinking to myself, hard choices, easy life. Because as much as I dislike doing leg day, I've felt so much better since I started exercising as a whole. So when I don't feel like going, I just think to myself, I do this hard thing right now, and I feel better and more at ease later. Those are 160 kilograms for leg press and 30 kilograms for the squats. Now, after finishing all my leg exercises, I moved on to some core exercises. I really don't like doing core exercises. Do I even like any exercises that are not upper body? But well, I've also started climbing more often, and for that I need a strong core, so I tried to start doing toes to bar races and then that other exercise that I don't know how you call it, but you essentially fold yourself up and touch your feet with your hands, or in my case, with a 7.5 kilogram disc. The gym was over, so it was time to take a shower. Fun fact, my friends have told me that I look full of myself when fixing up my hair. I had plans to go out by myself, but I was going to meet some friends later that night to just hang out and listen to some CDs that we had bought, and we decided to just meet at the shopping mall and hang out. And I'm very glad I did, because they helped me choose some clothes to buy, and just hanging out with them was great. But because I suck at vlogging, I didn't actually record much of that. I think people might find it a bit strange for me to say this, but I have taken the past 2 weekends to do some simple chores around the house. Despite the fact that I do pay someone to come and clean the house and I do have my mom's help with many things, I have found that doing house chores during the weekend is pretty liberating and helps me clear my mind. I imagine that there is something about making sure that your space is organized exactly the way you like it to be that can inadvertently do the same for your mind and put things in the right place. So, this is actually a vlog that I've been doing properly today. Then it means that in the morning I said that I was going to probably do a lot of things, that I was going to... What did I say that I was going to do? Well, first of all, I said all the things that I didn't do the day before. And then I said that I had to do my laundry, fix the new clothes that I bought yesterday, which I didn't record because I suck at vlogging. And then I said that I had to record some videos and that I was probably going to go to the Chinese New Year celebration that there is in Buenos Aires, because Buenos Aires celebrates the Chinese New Year, and that's really, really nice. The city in general, Buenos Aires, is very culturally inclusive. They celebrate a lot of different things. And then I said that I wanted to go climbing after the Chinese New Year, and then I said that a friend of mine was going to come so that we could watch The Last of Us. But it is already 3 p.m. The Chinese New Year celebration is until 6 p.m. It's going to take me almost an hour, between 30 and 45 minutes to get to where the New Year is being celebrated. I would be there like at around 4 maybe, or 3:45, and then I would be there for like 2 hours until 5:45, and then I'd have to go to the climbing gym, which is an hour away from where the celebration is gonna be, and I'd be there at around 6:30, and the gym closes at 8, and it would be a very, very short session. So I would either have to go to Chinese New Year or go climbing, and honestly I would prefer to go climbing because the climbing gym is a lot closer to my house. So if I just stay home and I don't go to the Chinese New Year, I will have a 20-minute walk or a 15-minute bus drive to go to the climbing gym, as opposed to having an hour-long trip in public transportation if I do go to the Chinese New Year. So I have decided that I'm just gonna stay home, probably do some work on my scripts, read, because I am reading. I'm gonna show you what I'm reading. I'm reading The Last Graduate by Naomi Novik. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name. But this book, man, the first book, which is A Deadly Education, was so good. I told myself that I was going to read it slowly, and I ended up staying up until 3 a.m. 2 days in a row just so that I could read more of that book and I could finish that book because it was so good. And I was so thankful that I just decided to buy book 1 and 2 at the same time right away in the bookshop. And I'm almost halfway through book number 2, and I don't have book number 3. And I am very, very sad about that, but I'm reading book number 2 and I just love it so much. I am loving this series so much. So I'm gonna stay home, work on my videos, read a little bit more because I freaking love this book. I'm not sure if it's narcissistic of me, but I see a little bit of myself in the character because she is apparently built for destruction, but she's such a good person. She's actually saving people. I feel like I identify a little bit with that because a lot of people feel like I am a little bit of a bitch sometimes,
this, but I tried to help people as much as possible. Like if I see somebody will probably need my help, I care so freaking much. I want to help them, and that's actually something that I feel like is gonna push me to therapy because I cannot fix everybody's lives for them. But I really, really enjoy the book. The main character is really good narrating things, yeah, and I love the sarcastic tone that she has. And also, fun fact, she's half Hindi, which I am kind of too, so I really, really enjoy that. Representation matters, man. So yeah, I'm going to read a little bit more, work on the scripts, chill, probably have lunch because I have not eaten anything the whole day, chill until about 4:30 or 5, and then go to the climbing gym, have a nice 3-hour session. I say 3-hour session, but you go to the gym and really like you take lots of rests, and you don't actually spend 3 straight hours climbing. You evaluate the routes and you rest and you sit down and you let other people take turns, and that's it. So yeah, that's gonna be my rest of the day today. And then later today, a friend is gonna come and we're gonna watch The Last of Us. That part is not changing. I hope you guys enjoy this kind of ish vlog. So now it's time to go climbing. What you're seeing me do right now is putting some tape on my fingers because the holes on this gym are very new. So they are very rough to hold on to, which is great for your grip and steps because you don't want to slip off the wall. But it's horrible for my hands that have had several different accidents and my skin just peels off. And because I want to keep my hands nice and soft, I use the tape and then put on some cream after I've finished climbing. I started climbing with some friends last year, and one of my goals for this year was to start going by myself because I cannot depend on other people to do the things I want to do. Duh, everyone has their lives. And I actually started using Sundays as my climbing days. You can clearly see that I am struggling, but that's because I am doing the betas that are one level above the beginner ones. I'm sorry, the gym uses colors instead of the V levels, so I am not sure how to make it relevant for people. But the point is that I'm in an awkward point in between levels where the beginner levels are too easy, but the next ones are a bit too hard. But I did manage to complete 2 of the more complicated ones today, and so that makes me really proud to see that I am actually making progress. But you can also see how I tend to make things more difficult for myself when I skip the holes that I have available, but still somehow complete the beta. So I just got back home. Well, probably not just because I already took a shower, but I got back home from climbing. I had a 2.5-hour session, I guess, and I am proud of myself because one of my New Year's resolutions for this year was to get up the courage to do my hobby by myself. My new hobby from last year was climbing, thanks to some friends, and I had not gathered the courage to do it by myself yet, but I have been going by myself for 2 weeks in a row, and I will take that as a good sign. And I've also noticed that I find it rather therapeutic to go by myself. I was feeling honestly a little bit blue today, and I guess it's because sometimes I do feel kind of lonely. I mean, I have my friends here in Argentina, but everybody is kind of doing their own thing, which is completely normal. But life as an adult can be isolating sometimes, precisely because everybody's doing their own thing. Everybody's got a lot of things going on in their lives. So you don't really spend a lot of time with everybody that you know or your friends, even if you're very, very close. So that made me feel a little bit blue, I guess. But the solution was apparently surprisingly going climbing by myself. Even though I don't know a lot of people that are at the gym, I have found it a lot easier to talk to strangers at the climbing gym than I have found it to talk to strangers at the gym. Everybody's super nice, and sometimes I feel a little bit awkward when I try to record myself, I guess, but that's only me because nobody's really paying attention. But everybody at the climbing gym is really nice. And it also has the added benefit of having human interaction without actually having to invest a lot of energy in it, because I was thinking to myself today, is making new friends requires so much energy. But anyways, just as I am speaking about how I'm feeling blue because my friends have their own thing going on, my other friends are arriving, and you can probably hear my dog barking at them. Yeah, my best friend has keys to my apartment, and they came here to watch The Last of Us. So I guess this is all for today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Leave a comment if you would like to see some more vlogs like this, things that you would like to see, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!